right, welcome back to the channel. Max Tornow here and Nikita Gunkovic.
Hello, hello.
In this video, we want to be talking about the boring and dull process of making money.
I might fall asleep in this video.
You might, you might want to cut to a motivational 1 minute video by certain feel-good gurus, because this is going to get really boring. All right. Do we get a new lamp? Is that new? I mean, not the light. We have a studio light here, but the actual lamp, is the lamp new?
No.
It looks, I've never seen it.
The lamp is new.
This is gonna be the most interesting part of the video, the new lamp that we got. I think it's a new lamp, I'm not sure. Anyways.
I think it's like 3-4 months old.
Okay, Jesus. So I feel like I wanted to create this video because if you're watching this, or dear viewer, you're probably gonna think about building a business, right? Otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video, right? This channel. You're thinking about building an online business as a coach or a service provider and stuff like that. And you might have in your head that it's this crazy dramatic experience, this crazy wild time with dramas and back and forth and failures and successes, and then you have to come up with the crazy new business idea, and it's going to be this spectacular thing.
And you have to start in the garage.
You have to start in a garage, you have to work yourself up, and you know, like that picture from Jeff Bezos, how he started in his garage. I sell books, and now he sells whatever the F he wants. No.
And you have to decide between your boy or girlfriend and the business.
Yeah, oh God, and intrigue, lots of intrigue and lawsuits and stuff like that. No, okay, it's nothing like the movie Social Network whatsoever. The reason why we wanted to make this video is because, you know, after having gone through the same process with our clients hundreds of times, every time from zero to success, to building their own business and stuff like that, it's a very, very boring process. It's a very dull process, but that is good. That is good too, because it means number one for you, business fake news number one, that you need to have a revolutionizing business idea. Wrong, okay? You do not need to have a revolutionizing business idea. You may want to revolutionize the market if you want to be a billionaire, okay? I'm not a billionaire, very far away from that, so not my expertise, but I guess you really have to build some revolutionizing stuff, right? You have to send some rockets to Mars, maybe then. But if you want to make good money, meaning if you want to get to 4 to 5 figures a month that allow you to be free, and if you want to do that within a couple of weeks, and if you then want to scale it up to 6 figures a month, for people who don't know, 6 figures means 100K, all right? If you want to make 100K a month, it's pretty comfortable to live with that, okay? And that is usually a very dull process. Why is that a dull process? Well, because you ain't gonna be the first one who makes 100K a month. Okay, there's a lot of people out there in this world making 100K a month, and they probably followed a certain process, right? And if you know someone who is where you want to be, they can tell you that process. And now what do you have to do then once you know the process? What do you tell people usually?
You just have to do it, basically.
Yeah, you just execute. Like, shut up and execute. Yeah. And it really is like that. And this is something that I wanted to talk to you about, because Nikita talks a lot to people that just come in new, you know, to people that jump on a free consulting call with you. They want to start a business. Usually they have a lot of whack ideas. Mm-hmm. They have these I read it in a marketing book once, and I saw it on this guy's channel. I have to do these things. Like, usually they have a lot of whack ideas. What do you usually tell these people?
We just forget about them all and just start executing, as always we say, right? We in the beginning, it's also a big part of the beginning of our program to just detoxify the brain of our clients, to get rid of all the BS basically in order to properly start this, as you said, boring process.
Yeah, really, it's like I'm trying to find a suitable metaphor. It's like people come into our programs oftentimes with thinking up here on this level, like, oh, and then I gotta come up with a marketing strategy, and what's your marketing strategy? What kind of funnel will I build? And what's the website gonna look like? I've thought about this logo, and they come up with like logo and whatnot, and we're like, whoa, Cindy, down here, this is where we're gonna start. It's the dull and boring process. You don't need to have a website yet. Forget about a complicated marketing strategy, please. You don't need no marketing strategy. You don't need a website. You don't need social media. You don't need any of these things.
Retargeting is important.
Retargeting, pixel, chatbots. But what about the chatbot strategy, Nikita? I really want no.
Make money first.
We're really bashing a lot of people today, so we're not gonna get sympathy points today, but to get to your first 4 to 5 figures a month, I'm legitimately talking about things like 10K a month, 30K a month, 50K a month. You don't need the complicated marketing strategy yet. Follow the simple process, keep things simple. And yeah, I apologize, it's gonna be boring, okay? You don't need to reinvent the wheel. It's gonna be you sitting there, doing your due diligence. What is the process looking like? Well, position yourself properly. If you don't know what your strengths are, analyze your strengths, have someone analyze your strengths, compare it with what the market is, what fits well, what has a lucrative target audience that can actually afford your programs, what can you offer them from bringing them to point A to point B, what is your background in terms of what experiences have you had, what problems have you fixed yourself, maybe you're good at something, and so on and so forth. Position yourself in a niche market, don't go broad, go very, very simple, go very niche, right?
Then learning about how to help your clients, basically, how to bring them, like technically now from A to B, how to help them, how to bring them the results, so to say, right? How to basically coach somebody, how to fulfill a service, how to do that. Basically, that's then what you learn.
And that's boring. Next. That's what it sounds boring to me, Nikita. It's this is boring, but it gets you the results, right? Exactly. And then yeah, you learn about your target audience. You know what they want. You know their point A, where they are right now. What point B, the end result, you can bring them to. And yeah, and then you learn basics about sales, right? That's where you're the expert. 80-20 rule, get the 20% of knowledge that you need about sales to get you 80% of the results. This is not a crazy experience either. Those sales calls are not going to be like that Wolf of Wall Street scene where all your friends are going to be behind it. They're all going to cheer you. No, you're going to be on the call with someone, and if you do your due diligence right, you can get them on board. You can get your first 4 figures if you price right, and they're happy. And then you have your first client, and you continue your unspectacular, boring life. You're making a little bit more money. You get to your first 10K a month, right? That's always like the baseline level. That's like the first milestone that we always consider, like, oh, you made your first 10K a month. Congratulations for being boring. Now let's continue scaling you up to 25K, 50K, and so on and so forth. And yeah, I mean, the good thing is, what I like about that boring process, and I really like our business, we're having a lot of fun in the team, and we're making it a lot of fun, but the process itself is quite dull. But that is fine because it allows you to make enough money to then live, if you feel like, a spectacular life, right? You can get that adventure in your private life, you can travel around, you can do all these things, but the business process itself is nothing like a Hollywood highlight reel where you're gonna hustle and then the intrigue and no, it's just you doing the same process over and over again, getting your money, and that's it.
It's like a simple machine. Also over Christmas, over the holidays, we turn the machine off,
yeah.
And now we turn it on again, and boom, money's coming in again.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's a wonderful metaphor. It's a boring Swiss machine. It doesn't look spectacular. And if you want spectacularness in your life, use that extra spare time. Buy Death Stranding on the PS4. It's a great game. You should definitely check it out as well. I recommend it. Or any other PlayStation games. And you can have that adventure in your real life. But I want you to get away from thinking that this is because this is the next point, that some people think like it's this grandiose thing and there's a lot of trial and error and a lot of failing that you need to do in order to get to the right point. No, it is not. And people think there's a lot of risk involved and either you lose it all or you win it all. No, it's none of these things. It's like, again, like it's just a proven process, fairly unspectacular.
Basically, like our watches. If you work for 2 days, they stop working. You shake them a little bit and they start working again.
That is true. If you have these watches that don't have the little batteries in there, yeah. Unless you buy the thing that I bought, the watch mover, you press the button and it did. That's the best thing I've ever gotten. I didn't even know this exists. I saw it with Marcus, one of our mentors. I'm like, what is this? In his apartment. He's like, it's a watch mover. It moves my watches. I'm like, that's amazing, I need that. And I instantly messaged our assistants to get me a watch mover like this. So if you're thinking like, oh, building my own business is fairly risky. No, it's not, but I can also tell you it's not gonna be spectacular. It's gonna be quite boring. When does it get spectacular? When When would you say is the point where you're like, okay, now you're going to do marketing strategy now where there's a little bit more intrigue?
Usually somewhere between 20 to 30K, 40K,
Yeah.
I would say. That's where you should start doing more things now, become also more an authority in the market, position yourself more broadly, basically, reaching more people, working on the brand, ads and everything. Working on a team as well, that's of course where it also gets really interesting.
That's the point too, where I would say, yeah. That's where you start getting a team, where you start delegating stuff. That's where it gets more interesting because I mean, we have clients who even make 100K with just themselves.
Yeah.
But usually it's around 30 to 50K, 25 to 50K, 25 to 30K sometimes, where people start hiring a team, start delegating things. That's where it gets a little bit more spectacular because then you have people working for you or with you, depending on how new school of a manager you want to be. I don't have employees, I have teammates. All right, regardless of what your philosophy on that is, that's where things get a little bit more interesting, a little bit more spectacular. And then you can do things to stand out, but until then, it is a very dull and boring process. Now, have we bored you enough already? That's really all that we wanted to say. Do you have anything else to add about that?
Really, no.
Good. So when you say you're ready to get the boring process started, that at least brings you proper results, then you can literally book a free consultation call with Nikita directly, with me directly, or with an expert from our team. We put a link in our description. You click that link, and on that link you can book the free consultation call. Once you click on that link, read what's on the page though, because it's more boring, but important information for you to get started. And at the bottom of that page, you fill out the application where and the exact date and time where you want us to call you. Call is entirely for free, even if it's international. You don't have to worry about any costs. However, it is only for action takers, okay? If you're a dabbler, don't book that call. If you want to have a grandiose Hollywood type of revolutionizing business history that can be summarized in a cool highlight reel, don't come to us. We don't need this whack stuff. But if you want to see proper results, if you want to become free as an online coach, as an online service provider, that call is for you. So if you already have a skill, you want to learn how to monetize it, that call is for you. If you like the idea of being free, but you don't know what it is that you could be offering people, that call is for you as well. We can analyze your strengths. We know how the market works. We can tell you what model fits best for you. And also, if you're already making some money, but you want to do it more legit, you want to do it more boring, then that call is for you as well. Like I said, link in the description below. Now, the channel is blowing up more and more. Also, obviously, because we run very successful ads, so the slots are very, very limited for these free consulting calls. If the link still works, it means we have spots open. So take action. Let's make that year 2020 your year. Let's make it your decade. Your boring decade of results. That being said, thank you so much for watching. Talk soon and GG.
I just want to tell you that this month I cracked 13K of sales. It has been one of the most epic months in my life. I didn't expect that at all, and also the results I got. And yeah, just wanted to share that with you guys because really it was like I wasn't selling, and you know, I was so frustrated, and I really didn't think it was possible to make even 5K amounts, and now I made 13K